going to pass the first game to you, and it is Auburn at Missouri. Missouri favored 6.5, over under 51.5, and then Auburn money line is plus 210. How do you feel about this game?
So, nothing that Missouri did. By the way, Missouri playing at UMass, somebody should be fired. Their AD should be fired. I don't know why they scheduled
Yes,
that game at UMass.
that was
You're an
crazy when I saw that.
SEC school. Like, come on. Last week Alex made me run through my wins and losses, and I actually said the Kentucky game would be harder than the Missouri game, and nothing that Missouri's done. I don't know if that's true actually after watching, just because of how bad Kentucky's offense is. I'm going to take the safe pick and take Auburn to cover. I'm not going to touch the money line. I do like the money line though. I mean, that's a pretty good money line, but I'm just going to take Auburn plus. Is it? We have it at plus 6.5 or plus
Yes,
7? Plus
uh,
6.5.
6.5.
Okay. It started at plus 7.5 when it first came out, so it's gone down a lot.
Yeah.
Auburn plus 6.5.
Also, everyone, we're recording this on Monday, so lines are definitely going to be different, but this is where we're seeing it right now. So I'm just kind of letting you know. But yeah, I agree, Taylor. Actually, wait, I said I agree. I disagree. Personally, for me, I know Missouri went to Massachusetts last week, and they said that they went out and killed them. I think this is going to be them trying to take a stand about them being a good team or not. I think if they do want to have a chance in making the playoffs, they're going to have to start killing some teams. And I think one thing that they're going to do, and I hate doing this because last week this was me with Tennessee, this was me with Bama, saying they're going to have to
I
make
love
up
it.
for it. So I'm doing it again.
I love it.
I think Missouri covers. I'm not going to say they're going to kill y'all. I think Missouri covers. They could just win by 7. I think that's what's going to happen.
I love it. I think Auburn's winning now. Can I change my pick to money line since Alex picked against them? I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that for the record.
Max?
I'm gonna go Auburn cover. I could see Missouri winning close by 3 or something like that.
I really do think this line's going to go down to about 4.5 by the time game time kicks
Yeah,
around. Back to you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Max. I didn't mean to interrupt
you're
you.
good. I think Cook for Missouri is ass cheeks. I think he's a scrub. Yeah, that's what I think. I think he's a
I,
scrub.
I will
Not
say
a
if my
scrub. He's not a scrub. I won't say he's a scrub. I don't think he is who people thought he was last year. Because last year he had a great defensive line, he was surrounded with talent, and this year he doesn't have that, and you see what's happening.
I will say Luther Burton, stop being a little crybaby when you don't get the ball. It's football. It's a team sport. There's 11 players on offense with you. You can't sit there and cry when you're not getting the ball. So if you want to be a team player and also not only want people to draft you, but just overall help your team, go out and block, and they'll get the ball to you when you can. You're a good receiver. They know you're a good receiver. They're trying to get you the ball. They're not coordinating the plan to not be around you. So instead of going and crying on the sideline on the drive when you don't get a pass thrown to you, how about you just be a man, tough it out, and yeah, don't cry.
He is going to
Sorry.
play this week, though, because he was hurt. He got hurt in Missouri. I mean,
Uh,
at Massachusetts, and there was
okay.
some debate, but he's going to play.
I'm sorry. That was me. I didn't get to say it last week about the A&M game, but I know he is being a little crybaby, so I had to throw that out there. Miami at Louisville, Max, uh, +4 for Louisville, correct? Louisville's +4, Taylor?
Yes.
Yeah, so you have to say. 61.5, the over under, Louisville +155. What do you feel?
Give me a little money line. They're gonna beat Miami.
Ooh. Ooh.
I like it. Yeah,
Miami's
Alex.
been playing with fire. Louisville's gonna win.
Okay.
I could be dead wrong and look like a dumbass, but it's okay. I don't care.
Louisville has not looked good recently. Miami had a bye week last week, and I think they get some time to recover from those past 2 games. They kind of get things together, and I like Miami. I mean, I think they will win probably around 10. I wouldn't go. I Something about these early games. It's really hard to. Is this an early game or is this? For some reason, I'm thinking it's 11 a.m. I don't know if it's 11 o'clock game, but something about this just tells me not to touch the over under, so I would just pick Miami covers, and yeah. Taylor?
Miami -4. They cover. I don't really have anything to add on that.
Cam Ward has a good game. He stops looking like an idiot. He probably has 250 plus passing yards, probably 3 touchdowns, maybe a pick
Nah.
here and there. No?
Nah, he's gonna throw 3 picks and Louisville's gonna win.
I mean, it could happen, judging with how he can do some things sometimes.
Miami's going to win 20, 28, 21, and all 3 of Louisville's touchdowns are going to be Cam Ward pick sixes. He's going to account for all touchdowns in the game.
All right. I mean, there we go. Clemson and Virginia. Virginia's at Clemson. Clemson's favored by 21.5. I'll go ahead and kick this one off. I had Clemson in a bet last week how they were going to cover, and they did. That was one of my sneakies. Clemson's been playing really good. I know Virginia is a good team. They have been a lot better this year. I believe they're 4-2. They have a good quarterback, but I think Clemson's kind of on fire right now. They kind of find what they wanted to be this year. They're a much different team than they were when they got killed by Georgia. So I like Clemson. Once again, another cover over 20. They cover 21.5. If I could buy a point, I'd get a point to 20.5. But I like Clemson. I think Cade Klubnik has been looking really good, actually. And the updated, he's actually moved up a lot on the Heisman boards, actually. I wouldn't say go pick him. There's no way he's going to win it. But he has been moving up. He's been stacking up some stats recently. What do you think, Taylor?
I got Clemson covering as well, -21.5. I think they roll. The ACC's bad. There's only a couple teams that are even resent. Like, I get what you're saying about Virginia, but I don't think this one's close, to be honest with you. They roll.
Max?
Since y'all both pick Clemson, it makes me want to go Virginia, but
You're keeping track of your picks every week. Go with what you think.
I think Virginia could cover. I mean, I'm gonna go Clemson. Clemson cover.
Clemson cover. So we're squad riding Clemson cover 21.5. I mean, I think I like it. I mean, Clemson's been looking really good. So, and Virginia, who they play last week? Does anybody remember?
I don't off the top of my head, but I can pull it up for you real quick.
I believe it was because I know it was in our pick. It was in our picks last week. I can't remember. Tell me who it was.
They lost to Louisville by 4.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yep. Maybe coming off a loss that they try to play better, but yeah. So we'll go to Taylor for this one to start it off.
Aaron Rodgers just threw a Hail Mary touchdown at halftime.
Who caught it?
I don't know. I missed it.
Lazard caught it because
Lazard did.
Yeah, Lazard caught it.
Wow. Aaron Rodgers has done that so much.
Why is he the goat at doing that?
Did you take Virginia to cover? I'm sorry.
No, Clemson cover.
Okay, we're riding with that one. Sorry, Alex. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Aaron Rodgers is just known for being able to throw a good Hail Mary. That's
he kind of knocked the ball out when he was on the ground.
I'm not even watching it right now.
Oh no, he had it, and then they knocked it out. He definitely had it.
Oh yeah, you're right. They should give it to Garrett Wilson.
Anyway, sorry. Nebraska at 16 Indiana. Max, you have been part of the Indiana squad recently. So what do you think?
That's it.
So, okay, Indiana just covers like 5.5. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Taylor.
They cover. They win. The porn Huskers don't win.
I'm going Nebraska to cover. The 5.5. I think Nebraska covers. I almost took Nebraska money line. This has like the ingredients of like, this is Indiana's test to show that they're for real, and they're still Indiana in the end.
So you've been on Corn Hub.
Yep, Corn Hub. I'll take Nebraska plus 5.5. Kind of bitched out of that, but whatever. I almost took a money line, but I'm not going to.
Something about this game. I know Indiana has been really good. I like Cignetti. Nebraska has Raiola, right? The Patrick Mahomes wannabe. I don't know if y'all seen that, but Max, you should look it up. It's pretty funny. The Nebraska freshman quarterback copies every single one of like Mahomes pregame, and
I've
then
seen, yeah.
people ask him if you like Patrick Mahomes. He's basically like, "Oh no, I
He's
don't,
like, nah.
don't even know the guy."
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, never even seen him. Um, you know what, Taylor? I'll go up here. Give me Nebraska to win.
So Nebraska money on.
Yeah,
Damn, you
I'll
got
take Nebraska.
big
I
balls,
like it.
Alex.
I
Big
like
balls,
it.
Alex Wells.
I like it. We're gonna skip the one next up on the list, and we'll go to LSU at Arkansas. I'll go ahead and do this one. Start it off. LSU's favored by just 2.5, 57.5. Money line Arkansas plus 115. Scary game. Arkansas just did it to Tennessee. I don't like the odds of them doing it back to back. So give me LSU to win. I mean, money line.
LSU money line.
Sorry, cover. There we go. LSU covers. Quarterback's been looking good. They had a big win. I think they do go up there. It's going to be a close game. It definitely will be, but I think they can win. They get their cover of 3 points. Max?
Folks, I think he's trying to call
That's
the
a
Hogs.
pig right there. That's a hog. I was calling the Hogs. Hogs money line.
Ooh.
That's it.
That's it.
Max,
Okay.
Max,
Was
let's
that a
fucking.
good pig hog noise, or did you not know what was going on?
Well, I thought you were jerking off.
Well, I was.
Goodness. You're on the same boat, Taylor?
Let's fucking ride, Max. Arkansas money line off a
Let's
bye
do
week.
it.
Off a bye week. LSU that emotional win against Ole Miss on the road in Arkansas. Night game, I believe. Give me Woo Pig Suey. The way they call the Hogs is stupid, so I'm not gonna actually do it. I mean, it sounds like a sixth grader created that chant. But give me
Yeah,
the Arkansas money line.
I tried it. I think I was waiting for Alex's reaction, but he didn't really give me a good one. So
I don't think
was-
Alex knew what you were doing.
I didn't know what was happening.
Well, if I would have done it good enough, you would have known.
Yeah, I mean, I know Max has always liked a good hog before. He's a big hog guy. So,
Yeah.
A Jelker, and he loves a good hog.
I mean, that's his name brand.
The Hogs a joke.
And they might. I mean,
The Hogs are jelking this weekend. They're beating LSU.
So I think
Yeah.
if they end up winning, then we'll just have to pick a team that's gonna joke that week. They'll just automatically win the game.
Joke team of the week.
The Jelk boys.
Yeah. Kansas State at West Virginia. Taylor, give me what you think.
What is the line on this, Alex? I'm sorry.
+3 for Kansas State. And it is 54.5 and West Virginia +120.
You know what? I disrespected Kansas State last week, and that's another one. I said they couldn't win on the road. Give me Kansas with the Kansas State +3.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna have more faith. We don't have the money line listed. I'll get it. Give me Kansas State money line.
Max?
Kansas State money line, West Virginia. I guess the opioid epidemic has affected their football team as well. Give me Kansas State money line.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
Folks,
The opioid
Folks.
epidemic has
bro's been talking to
killed-
Tyler too much.
killed the West Virginia team, and Kansas
The Mountaineers are on pills, son.
They're drinking that aristocrat.
I do think Kansas State will cover the 3. I do like the over this game. One thing I heard Taylor say is that they didn't give Kansas State respect. Personally, the Colorado game last week, Colorado has Travis Hunter get injured, and I think if he stays on the field, they probably win the game.
They win.
Don't like it, but whatever.
Maybe he shouldn't have got hurt then. That's all on him.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah,
he should
stop
think
being
about
a
his
little
team next
bitch.
time.
Stop
Yeah.
being a little bitch.
You heard that, Travis Hunter.
I'm just kidding. Travis, you're the GOAT. Don't beat me up.
Notre Dame at Georgia Tech. I will start this one off. I like this one a lot. I like this game. It'll be really scary. I like Notre Dame to cover. And one thing that I have liked a lot this season is Haynes King or Jamal Haynes touchdown in any game given. I will still go with it. I would still put either one of them and feel pretty comfortable for that as just the pick to add in. It hits pretty consistently for one of them. But I like Notre Dame. This is their first real like hard team that they played since probably A&M.
Since Northern Illinois.
Excuse me, they played Louisville, didn't they? And they beat them.
Notre Dame, yes, they did.
Yeah. Georgia Tech's a good team. They're a really good team. This could be sneaky, especially at Georgia Tech. So I personally would stay away from it, but I think Notre Dame. Actually, I changed my mind. Notre Dame wins, but Georgia Tech covers. That's what I got.
Okay. Give me Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech covers. They win. The Haynes and Haynes brothers score a couple touchdowns. Notre Dame can't throw the football. They're not throw it. Not South Carolina. They can throw it on Alabama, but on
Did you say
else,
Georgia Tech
they
covers?
can't throw it. But yeah, did I cut out for a second?
You did. That's why I asked.
My internet said it was unstable. Okay, sorry. Yeah, give me Georgia Tech to cover.
All right, Taylor.
So this is one of my sneaks. I got Georgia Tech money line.
Okay. I mean, I'm personally, I don't want to touch the game, but I like it. I mean, Georgia Tech's a really good team, so
I like the money line. It's plus 270.
yep, that is good. If you were to hit that. Here's a fun one: 24 Michigan at Illinois. Illinois is favored by 1. The over/under is 43.5, and the money line's even. So, Max, go first. Who do you have, Michigan or Illinois?
I think I'm gonna go with Illinois. Cover. I like their quarterback better. Yeah, Michigan probably has a little bit better, offensive defensive line. They're both similar teams. They're run heavy teams, kind of old school, but I trust Illinois' quarterback better.
Hard not
What's his
to.
name? Brockmeyer? Is that his name? I can't remember if that's it. He has some weird name.
Are you
like
talking
that.
about Illinois' quarterback? It's
Yeah.
he came from Ole Miss. I can't remember his name though. Altmaier, Luke
Altmaier.
Altmaier.
Okay,
Luke
yeah,
Altmaier.
Altmaier, not Brockmeyer. Altmaier, yeah.
Altmaier.
He's been pretty good this year. Give me Illinois to cover.
Taylor?
I got Michigan plus 1. But you know what? Actually, because that's weak. What's the money line on this? If I'm gonna do
Even.
plus,
Money line's even right now.
just give me plus 1 then. That's why I did it. I was actually looking at myself saying that's weak, but it's even. So give me Michigan plus 1.
Yeah, personally for me, I mean, pick Michigan to do good against Washington, and they just did not do good. They looked horrible, and I already knew that quarterback was bad, but some reason I had hope. And you know what? I'm not gonna buy into that anymore. I think Michigan for this year, they'll be good to cut like next year, but this year they're just washed. They're not gonna be good. They're probably gonna lose 2 or 3 more games, and I think this is one of them. They already have an automatic loss to Ohio State. There's no reason when you even get to that game to pick it because Ohio State is going to win. Give me Illinois. They cover. I, like Max said, trust the quarterback. It's hard not to trust their quarterback more than Michigan's because it doesn't really matter who they throw out their quarterback. You know they're going to suck. I think, honestly, Max could go out there and do just as well. I think Taylor could go out there and do just as well. I think I could go out there and do just as well. So give me Illinois. Now we'll go into the 2 bigger games this week. We'll start off with Georgia at Texas. Taylor, I want you to give us some thoughts.
It's my lock of the week. Texas covers 2.5. I actually think they win by 10. But I mean, we're not doing it specific like that. But I think Texas shows they're the best team in the country this week. And Georgia shows they're going to lose again. Is that Texas? This is their biggest game of the season so far, Texas. Just like crowd wise, it's going to be electric. I think Carson Beck, I think Georgia has that moment they did against Alabama where they just, it might look similar in the first half. Like maybe not as bad, like 28-0, but they get shell shocked. And Texas, Quinn Ewers, man, he's going to play good. And I got Texas with the -2.5. But I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited. It's a good slate. Like I get to watch Auburn first, and then Tennessee, Alabama, which we'll get into, in Georgia, Texas. That's a good Saturday. But give me Texas. Hook 'em. No horns down this week. Hook 'em -2.5.
So these next two games have been really hard for me to think about. I've gone back and forth specifically with Georgia at Texas. For some reason, I don't think Georgia is done, and I also don't think Texas has been challenged yet. I know they played Michigan at Michigan, but like I just talked about, watching Michigan play is like watching not grass grow, but like
Watching shit dry.
yeah, watching a fly
Right.
swarm around shit. Like it has not been good. Watching, I don't know. It's just not been fun. So personally, I think this is actually Texas' first test. I think I mean, they played Clemson, they played Alabama. They're going to be used to seeing this speed. I know Quinn Ewers is tested. He's a great quarterback. Give me Georgia. I think Georgia officially knocks out the last undefeated SEC team. And I think this is what starts to get the SEC to start having a little bit of fun because everybody's going to kind of be in it. It's going to be fun. I think the key to the game is, will Georgia be able to throw the ball? If they can throw the ball, open up that Texas defense some, they'll be good. And then also defensively, they can't allow Quinn Ewers time. They need to get pressure on him. Not too much pressure, though. If you get too much pressure and you injure him, then a better quarterback comes in. So don't do that. But get some pressure on him. Max?
It's
I got-
3.5. It's 3.5, not 2.5. If that changes anybody's thought process. Sorry.
Give me
I got
Georgia outright.
Georgia to cover. I got Georgia to cover. Yes, Texas is very good. It'll be a close game, but like Alex said, I don't think Texas. Really, I think it comes down to Texas DBs. Can they cover? And if they can, then they'll win. If they can't, I think Georgia wins, and I think Georgia's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
But you're just taking them to cover, right?
Yeah, just taking them to cover.
And ouch, doing money line.
That's right. I like it. All right. I'll start this one off. Alabama at Tennessee. So the battle of which team has been playing worse recently. Like Max said earlier, I think both teams are walking in a little shaky, a little nervous. And ultimately, I think whoever this is going to be the game that's going to knock out the other person because that person will have the one-on-one against them, and it'll be a battle of who's going to be able to get in. Since they have the head of the head, they'll probably get in because of this. Tennessee, I said they are Ole Miss, basically. You look at them, they kill a lot of the bad teams, then they play close against the other teams, and they had the one win against whoever it was, who they play, Oklahoma, and now we know that Oklahoma sucks. Alabama, on the other hand, Milroe, we beat Georgia, played awful against Vandy, played awful against South Carolina. I mean, it really just depends on who actually shows up. Both teams haven't shown up the past two games, so whoever can get out of the funk that they're in quicker, I think both teams eventually start playing really good this game. I think it'll just kick in and the instincts will go, and all these players on the ball are good. Key to the game for Bama, if we're going to win, I have Alabama winning. I have them covering. I have the under for this game, though. But anyways, Alabama, we have to get the running backs involved. It can no longer just be Milroe. I love Milroe. I love a Milroe rushing touchdown every single game this year. It's pretty much a lock. But I think if we can get the run game opened up with our running backs, I mean, read options instead of just them biting down on Milroe. If we could start giving the ball and having some big runs, It's going to open up Milrow even more, and then it's ultimately going to open up that deep pass that we like to throw, and that's the key for us. Also, defensively, we have a lot to figure out, but I think if we can not allow big plays, and we do need some turnovers, so that's going to be us. But Taylor, go next, and Max, I'll let you close it off.
I went back and forth on this one. I really did. I can even show you the sheet. I mean, I think I changed it coming into it because I wrote mine out. But I almost took Tennessee money line because I like a money line that I can take on a home team. That's going to be a tough place to play. I started comparing them though. They're very similar, like Alex said. So they both have their bad loss. Which now I will say this: Bama's. Although I would say last week, Vandy's looks a lot better. So I actually will compare them. They both have that loss you don't think they should have. Like Tennessee shouldn't have lost to Arkansas on the road. Bama shouldn't have lost to Vandy on the road. And then they both came out this week and played very bad against teams they shouldn't have lost. They shouldn't have been close with, both of them at home. The difference to me is going to be, and I will say that Oklahoma game wasn't close. They played with their food. They knew that Oklahoma couldn't score. They kind of did the anti-Auburn. They're like, as long as we don't throw a pick six, we won't lose. So they probably could have scored more. But the difference is Bama's played Georgia. They've beaten Georgia. Tennessee just hadn't proven anything to me. So that being said, you can call it an emotional hedge if you want to. I'm going to take Bama money line. I think they beat Tennessee.
Okay.
This is a big game for either team because if Bama can't win this game, they're not beating LSU in my mind. Their season's over. If Tennessee can't win this game, they're not beating Georgia. I really do think this is well, let me say this. I don't know about they're not beating Georgia, but they're not winning out. So this is a big game. I wouldn't call it an eliminator just yet because you can't eliminate them, but pretty big. Give me Bama money line. Go ahead, Max.
Bama money line as well. Because I'm a Bama fan, I don't feel good about it. I don't really feel great. I mean, if Tennessee wins, I wouldn't surprise me one bit. But we'll just go Bama. Because
Especially with how
roll Tide.
Especially with how Bama's been playing recently. Like, if either one's not going to surprise me. Yeah, I agree. We do have actually one more game to go over right now, and this is a little special game. Max, I'm going to go to you first. Florida State at Duke. What will you do if Florida State loses, Max?
Oh my gosh, man! I'll get a foot-long Subway sandwich and put, cat litter and eat it with tuna fish.
All right.
I don't know. That's what I made up this week.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Taylor.
fuck. We can't really do these things, can we, though?
No, we're not.
I'll take the cat litter off and I'll just eat tuna fish sandwich or something.
Actually, if Florida State does lose, then you have to do it or you're off the podcast.
You're off.
Yeah. Taylor, what will you do if Florida State loses this week at Duke?
I'll jelk.
You're going to do that anyway.
I need it.
I think no matter what.
What will you do if?
Yeah, what are you
Florida
gonna do,
loses
bitch boy?
I will donate to Kamala Harris and post the Kamala Harris video supporting her.
You were gonna do that anyway, you liberal.